guests.
things to go to now.
We have
guests
in
large
the
and small.
studio, large and small, because we can talk now to Eric Anderson, Professor Eric Anderson, who is here with his twin boys, and Nanny, who's looking after the kids. We feel a sense of nervousness
You're
about...
a very smart nanny. Do you always wear a suit and a tie to work?
Of course, nanny attire.
Nanny attire. So, Carl, why is it so important that that civil partnerships is not enough? There should be gay marriage.
Yes, well, first of all, apologies that my partner can't be with us. He's in California right now. But civil marriage is important for us because it's all of the goodies. We want not only the legal right to have our same-sex unions recognized, but we also want the cultural equality. And really, these kids, when they grow up, their friends aren't going to say, "Are your daddies civil partnered?" They're going to say, "Are your daddies married?" But it's not only the cultural equality within the United Kingdom. I believe it's important that we send a message to the rest of the world. If you look at what's going on in Uganda right now, with a bill to put homosexuality up for the death penalty and imprisonment for those who harbor homosexuals, it's important for us to send a message that Britain recognizes its same-sex citizens with full cultural and civil equality.
Just remind us what state things are in California. Could you get married in a religious building there?
Well, before my partner and I became British citizens, we were married in California.
Right.
The citizens took it away by a vote of 52%, but the Supreme Court will be hearing this case, and by June we should have the ruling that within California we'll have gay marriage.
You don't know then whether
the
you're
nation.
married or not.
We are in legal limbo in that state, yes.
And in terms, what additional legal footing does it give you to be married as opposed to being civil partners?
Yeah, it's the international recognition. For example, in the States, we're married in one state, not recognized in another. So when we travel to another state, all of a sudden, our marriage nuptials become null and void. Yeah. And that means that brings with it rights to hospitalization, other sorts of legal things that are important to couples.
I just want to know this one's name,
yes,
because he just sits
there
staring
at you
and smiling and
you.
just kind of laughing, kind of almost laughing at our conversation. You're not taking this terribly seriously.
He's your
There's
biggest
some very
fan.
good jiggling going on.
Yeah.
This is little Ryan, and this is little Garrett. And I think that they very much so would like to go to their daddy's gay wedding sometime.
How far away do you think it is?
Well, it's imminent, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that it's going to happen this term.
I mean, just talk us through the new angle, if you like, is whether
Yes.
it should happen within religious buildings,
Yes.
churches, synagogues, mosques, all the rest of it. Is that something that you consider important?
Absolutely. I believe that there should be a separation of church and state, that churches should have the right to do with what they want to do as long as it doesn't concern occupation
So
and
should
employment.
the state be involving itself in this question at all then? I mean, that's what some MPs are saying
Well,
today. The church doesn't have a role to play. in
Many
telling churches
fine,
what to
good
do.
Christian preacher friends of mine would love to perform same-sex weddings in their churches, and they shouldn't be denied that right by the state. If their church says we want to do equal marriage, they should be able to do that.
And what about the other aspect of this, which some people have expressed concern about? You know, will people be, or people who have got what they would say were legitimate concerns, and they say it's not part of the Bible's teaching. You know, if you're sort of from a Judeo-Christianic viewpoint, would say this is not. It should be about man and wife getting married. Should they have the right to be able to say, no, I don't want to do that?
Absolutely not. We have the right to be free to live our lives in a civil society, free from religious dogma or mandates. And
So
I think
basically then,
yeah.
okay, so it's about, if you like, sexual preference rights versus religious freedom rights. That's how some people would see
Well,
this
no,
debate.
because religion can be for gay marriage as well. Not all those who ascribe to any faith are unanimous in their belief that gays should not be able
Of
to marry.
course, but if you don't believe doctrinally that gay people should be allowed to get married in church, is it the right of the church, as the Prime Minister is suggesting today, to say, we don't believe that according to our scriptures?
No more so than it was for them to say that blacks should not be able to marry whites, that people should have their marriages restricted for other moral reasons that are not about the state's best interest.
So I just want to be absolutely clear about this. So there could then be legal action brought against a church, a synagogue, whatever, where they say, no, we're not going to marry a gay couple.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I think that case should be heard in court. Does the church have the right to discriminate against patrons? If the church is receiving taxpayer funds, then probably not. So I think that type of case belongs in the court. But for the government to say outright that churches cannot marry same-sex couples, well, that would be a violation of Christian rights.
I think we've got an interjection here. I don't know whether you
Yeah.
agree or
Right.
disagree, but I think you'd probably like to go and have something to eat.
Well, I tell you what, they've defied the old adage of never work with, children.
Yeah, oh, bring these guys back.
They
Bring
have,
these guys
I tell you
back.
what,
Yeah,
we've had politicians worse behaved than this in the studio.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
all of
very
you.
much.
Really good of you to come in.
Thanks so much for being with us.
You can hear more from Eric Anderson tonight at 7:30 on Inside Out on BBC One South and on the BBC One iPlayer. And who knows, perhaps more from Garrett and Ryan as well. Yes, dribbling away in the corner. Yes.
I'm going to struggle to read the next bit, but I'm going to press on as if I haven't got a 5-month-old in my left ear, quietly gurgling as I read a story about the European Union. Anyway, it's formally accepted the Nobel Peace Prize at a ceremony